Hi everybody, it's Casey Williams. Jeep is getting ready to introduce a brand new all-electric luxury crossover. But I suspect there are a lot of Jeep people who really don't want an all-electric crossover, especially when they try to go find a place to charge the thing. What they might like is a Wrangler with a little bit of electric range and a lot of off-road capability. And that's really what we have this week. It's the 2024 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe. Let's go have a look at it. There are only some slight details on the exterior of the Wrangler to let you know it's at least partially electric. The rest of it's the same snarling, rugged looks that were recently updated. You would not mistake this for anything but a Wrangler. I like the 7-slot grille, it's very traditional. It was slightly updated, slightly stylized, works really well. LED headlamps. Down below, metal bumpers. And some of the details that do let you know it's electric, you've got the blue tow hooks here, you got the blue graphics here, you got some blue accents on the side as well, and also inside. You got the Warren winch on the front. If you really do some heavy-duty off-roading, you can't get yourself out of trouble. We're on the side, the 17-inch wheels with the off-road tires. Here's where you plug in. And after plugging in, you get 22 miles all-electric range, and then the gas engine fires up and you keep on going. But real convenient, easy to get to the plug there. Brush bars, I like those too. It protects the inner sides of the vehicle, but also not trip them over all the time. You're trying to get out of the vehicle. A lot of times you get step bars and they get mud on them, and it's just a mess for your pants all the time. I like the Earl Grey paint too. I think it looks really cool. And I really do like this generation of Wrangler. I think it looks really good. It looks modern, but it looks very traditional too all at the same time. Around the back, LED head tail lamps. Down below, the blue tow hooks as well. And of course, a proper spare tire mounted on the back of it so you maintain the interior luggage capacity. Well, if you've owned a Jeep in the last, say, 40 years, the interior is going to feel fairly familiar to you, but that doesn't mean it's not modern. They've done a lot of work to really bring this up to standards, of an SUV like the Grand Cherokee or Grand Wagoneer. Everything you need is in here. They recently restylized the dash a little bit, the new touchscreen. I like that a lot. It's just as easy to use as the old one, but just looks cleaner and looks a little bit better integrated, very slick. You've got wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto, so easy to connect things. You've got Wi-Fi as well, Wi-Fi hotspot, so you can get all your devices on here very well. This has the Alpine audio system. It's got the bar up above here too, the speakers, so you can really thump out the vehicle pretty good. Especially when you take the top off, summertime, take the doors off. It's really a great vehicle to have when the weather's a little bit nicer than it is today. But I like some of the styling things. Again, just some little teeny details to let you know this is the 4xe plug-in version. It's got the turquoise stitching here in the seats, also here on the steering wheel. You got heated seats here in the front, heated leather-wrapped steering wheel. All feels really nice. Like this a lot. And again, very, very typical of Chrysler's layout, Chrysler Group layout. You can do everything by touchscreen. You can swipe screen it. You got climate and nav, all that stuff's up here on the top. But you also have some redundant controls down below. So if you want to turn the volume, if you want to rotate through the stations as you're going down the road, you can do that very easily down below. And I think that's always nice. Very tactile, very easy to find. You also have dual zone automatic climate control. And again, you can do it through the touchscreen, but you can also do it here with the buttons and the dials, the key things. Again, I think very, very well laid out. Power window buttons here in the middle, easy to get to them as well. They're in the middle because, again, sometimes the doors will be taken off in the summertime, so that just disappears and it's all easily connected here. Down below, you got disconnecting sway bars, so when you get off-road and you do some serious articulation of suspension, you can press this and it'll give a little more free will on the road if you say so. Nice deep cup holders, a little bit of a console here in the middle as well. Safety is pretty well provided for. You've got adaptive cruise control, automatic emergency braking, blind spot warning, rear cross path detection, pretty much the basics for what you need. Our Wrangler Unlimited has a feature I really, really want to show you before you take off. I don't know why Jeep didn't do this years and years ago. It always complains. You could either get the hard top, which was a pain in the butt to take off, or you could get the soft top, which was really difficult to put down and just rattle down the highway. And there was not really a good option until this. One button. It's got a canvas roof section that slides all the way back over the second row seat. So you still keep the fixed side, you still have the safety, you still have the quietness, but you basically have an extended sunroof. And for all practical purposes, you have a convertible. So I think it's a very nice feature. And you're driving the vehicle every day in traffic and getting ready to get on the freeway. You press the button, you seal it up, and you just keep on going. I think it's just an awesome idea that I think Jeep waited way too long to implement. This is probably my favorite Wrangler to drive. The Rubicon, again, it's got the stiffened suspension, it's got the big off-road tires, it has the most capability, but it also drives halfway reasonably for a Jeep. This is the unlimited extended wheelbase, 4 doors, so you get a little more wheelbase, a little less bounce. But those big fat tires and the compliant suspension also make it one of the better riding Wranglers too. So I'm okay with that. I would use this every single day. And Jeeps are very maneuverable. I mean, for a vehicle that's this size, you can pull a 3,500 pound trailer with it. You can get 4 to 5 people in it pretty comfortably and all your luggage. So it's, kind of a larger mid-size SUV, but it doesn't drive like one. You can parallel park it. You can turn it around very easy. All those features that make it really good for off-roading and carving up trails also make it pretty good for driving every single day. But the powertrain is pretty sophisticated. It starts with a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, and then it's also got the batteries and electric motors for the plug-in system. So you plug it in, let it charge. You get 22 miles all-electric driving. So if you really just have a short commute to work and back, or taking the kids and dropping them off and running errands, you can do all that on electricity. You won't even use the gas engine. But when you get in the vehicle and you want to load up the family and take a trip, you just drive the 22 miles, the gas engine fires up, and you just keep on going. It's got an 8-speed automatic transmission, so it shifts very well. It feels very natural to drive it. Gas mileage is pretty good if you're using the hybrid system. 49 miles per gallon combined, or the equivalent of thereof. If you're using this just with the gas engine on the highway, you're going to be down in the low 20s, which is pretty typical of a Jeep. But plenty of power, 375 horsepower, 470 pound-feet of torque. Easy to go climb the hills and do the mountains, and do some pretty serious off-roading as well. It does have 3 different electric modes. You can put it in hybrid mode, where it makes a decision of, do I use electricity or do I use gas, depending on what's most efficient. It's got an all-electric mode. You can go ahead and force it into that, or you can hit e-save, which just saves the battery for later. If you're on the highway and you're running 70 plus miles per hour and something shaped like a brick, probably not the best time to be doing electricity. Just let the gas engine run. And then you get back in the city, you can put it back in electric. But a lot of different ways to use the vehicle. Again, 4-wheel drive system, absolutely beyond compare. I've driven these off-road. I've driven these out in Arizona, busting rocks, busting the skid plates underneath of them. They'll do insane things that no normal humans most likely to do with them in city traffic. But it's just a really good vehicle. And Jeep has just finally kind of hit that sweet spot with the Wrangler, where it is an everyday family car that has just unbelievable capability and some electric driving as well. So let's talk about price, and that might be what gets your attention the most out of all this. So the Wrangler starts right around $32,000. A 4xe, which is a plug-in, starts around $50,000. This one, Rubicon, all the luxury features, $76,935. But it has just about every feature you could want to cram on a Wrangler. And if that price doesn't bother you, I think you'd like it very much. If not, there are some other vehicles in the Wrangler lineup even, with much lower price tags that do give you the plug-in benefit. Well, next week, we'll have another fun car. Until then, storm forward.